a little bit. So Cherry is having two big events. We've had some spring plantings and some volunteers headed out there to work on the gardens and to help with the communities recovering from the floods. But in the beginning of August, we are going to have a permaculture design course at Pine Ridge Reservation, August 3rd through the 16th. And this will be at the Old Cherry Ranch in Slim Buttes. And this is an initiative with Grow Permaculture. And it's based, of course, off of Bill Mollison's permaculture design certification. Some of the things that you can always check out our Facebook pages and see lots of past pictures and comments from folks, but essentially in the course, we teach design and designing from ethics, not just from a kind of materialist utilitarian approach, but we kind of honor the fact that when we design, we're actually changing nature. And nature has some pretty core principles that are easy to observe. And so with permaculture design, we start from ethics. We look at nature and kind of model our strategies and techniques after how she helps communities thrive. But we get into planning, site analysis, reading landscapes, pattern recognition, soil building, composting, most of water harvesting, and the event itself, we actually try to produce as much power as we can for the events that we have here. We reuse and compost all the carbon matter that's collected at the event. We even have some agroforestry projects there on the prairies. And of course, natural building, renewable energy, solar, which is a very appropriate technology out there on Pine Ridge. And a lot about placemaking and community, because after all, social permaculture and design is really something that we humans do in community, and so it's a lot of fun to do here and get dirty, get some skills in the process. So the other event that we're having in the second half of August 19th through 25th, is the Indigenous Wisdom and Permaculture Skills Convergence. It's a big event, or not so big event, where we really try to get a lot of people together in the same place and at the same time to develop long-term infrastructure, working with everything from the local food system to just projects and demonstrations on the ranch in Pine Ridge. And of course, you can really only do things out there about 6 months out of the year. So over the years, it's again, one of the permaculture principles is just slow and steady solutions. But I'll play a short little video about the convergence in a second, just a few seconds. But this is our third year. Some of the projects that we've worked on in 2018, and that was when we started the Indigenous Wisdom Center with the Engineers Without Borders, and actually broke ground. There was probably a year of planning even before that. There's site assessments and food distribution hubs, working with some of the local farmers there on Pine Ridge and the school districts to put hoop houses in. And then, of course, some of our most amazing workshops have been our rocket stove and cob workshops, and natural plasters. Um, and then 2017, we started a passive solar food dehydrator, small rocket stoves, a very large rocket stove. Um, we, there's a biodiesel plant out there that's uh, always a project that's possible. We really took a look at the solar panels and wind turbines that were out there, and learned how to do assessments and start repairing and creating renewable energy. You can see that this is the that's Siebert over there, but here in the middle is the the I guess the lower part of the education center that's getting built out there, and to the right is the thermal mass rocket stove bench, which heats the whole bench from two different sides, and on the back side even has two different burners where you can put a stock pot and a skillet. And then you can see in the background Turtle Kitchen. And then we're always looking for alternative means to fossil fuels, and we've had several different systems for heating up hot water and solar ovens. We're really hoping this year to do an oven, and of course we continue with the perennial food forests. And in particular, so because of the harsh conditions out there in South Dakota, for those of you that don't know, it's pretty harsh out there.